Thanks, Coach. Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ready. Let's go, Heavy. Let me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Hey, Mike 52.
On first down, Swift. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Let's get it together, defense.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And the Redskin first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come on. 53 to Mike. 53.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. To the 40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Third down, here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So on 4th down, the Redskins are called on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. All day, dog. Here's 14, 82, 14. 58 is Mike.
Wentz now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
That's south, baby. That's baby south. You go tight. You got tight.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
5'9", 5'9". 61, matchbox lights. 58 is the mic. Go 58.
On first down, Wentz. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Go. Waiting. Tap. Great 57. Two jet. Bang. 58, right over there. Right, great. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, keep it up.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Got his man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Shorty. Man 5-7.
Wentz now on first down. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
82. 58's the money. 58's the X3. 218, chopper.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Smooth. 58 to Mike. He runs.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Got a man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 32-yard line. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They run with Howard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Brings up third down and 11.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Great 15, great 15.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
Yes.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Now Wentz on third down. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. No score after one on EA Sports. And his kick is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Watch out.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here I come again.
Check 52.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Watch the run. Please.
Kill. Hey, turn it out. Come on.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. The throw taken in by Sims. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's Haskins to throw. And this one complete to Reed. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Kill.
Throwing again, here's Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brandon Graham able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Dorsett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Right over there. Hey, Charlie. 58, right there. Yeah. Hey, 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Now Wentz. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Hey, Steve 6. That's good. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Crouch. He's mine. Sunday.
Throwing his Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Push him back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 50.
Hustle. Come to my work. We won.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, Zoo. Oh, you got deep?
Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
On first down, it's Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Let's get off the field, D. Mike 36.
Now Haskins on first down. He gets it to Sims, complete. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Line 36. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here. We got to step it up. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. They can't hang with us. Mike 36. Line 36. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Watch 36.
Here's Haskins. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Haskins on third down. And he finds McLaurin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Throwing now. Haskins on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Wentz now on 1st down. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Time to go, night.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Get that quarterback.
Off.
Mike 52. Hey, let's get that ball again. Let's get that ball right here. No. Check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Go.
Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range. Punt under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jannard Avery has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Check 52's the mic. Go. 52's the ball. You got to go.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through. And it's now 13-7.
Eagles 13. Redskins 7.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, able to avoid him. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate games. Speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 180! Shoot, kill! Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Hey, empty! Empty! Here, shift. Go, go, go now!
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. Dorsett's got it. Finding room at the 30. to the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Philip Dorsett, 81 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Second down, Haskins. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come on. You better bring it. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Hey. That's a square. Take off.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Let him know, let him know.
Hey, rip on 2, out here. Hey, Haywood. Here, shoot.
That's what I do.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They come out here in the eye. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Another try after the first down sack. Haskins, and the pressure gets to him again. Jannard Avery in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins, and that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Dorsett on the return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Right over there, right over there.
Black, come on.
58, right there.
Protein spill.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
That's what I talked about.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mike. Here we go. 180. Great.
Watch the pass. Mike, 55.
57.
From the 36, Wentz. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
First down, Redskins.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
52.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
52's the mic.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. My 52.
Short.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Hey, exit.
I'm going to run you over.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league. Point score. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
General West.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got this, we got this.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds. This will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Mike 52.
Watch the run.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. On first down, Swift, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to...
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now the try here for the point after. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Eagles 34, Redskins 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders trying to run inside, but nothing there. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. From the 31, Wentz. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. In for the score as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Haskins. And this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there for Washington. 49 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Shit.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He's going to let it fly. And, oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Hey, we heavy on the edges,
Neil, rush in. Watch twist. Yeah. Off. Mike 52.
You don't want nothing.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
58, Mike.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Check 31.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The Sanders has got it complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 9.
Go. 180.
Watch 55. You're not ready.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Cut.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the screen. Check 55 to Mike.
Silver.
Hey. High 7.
Switch up.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
At their own 49-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your arm. Get hands on motion man. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go.
And now we're going to get a timeout.
54.
Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Watch the slant.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Mike's 5'4", Mike. Mike's 5'4".
It's our field.
One final shot for Haskins. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Eagles, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again. It's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.